Hi, can you hear me okay, Haley?
Yes, can you? I have my fan blasting.
Perfect. I don't hear any fans, well, except me talking.
Hey.
Day's going fine so far?
Yes, noon here, different time zone.
3
You?
p.m. Eastern New York.
How's
From
your day going?
Vancouver, right?
Yes.
Right on. Right on. Congratulations on the almost release of the new record. How long has it been done for?
It feels like I've been sitting on it for 100 years. But we finished up the last bit of recording in January, like beginning of January. So this last like few months, spring, summer, just kind of waiting, anticipating. But yeah, a lot of the songs were written like years and years ago.
So is it the kind of thing where you did 2 or 3 tracks at a time and then ultimately compiled it?
Yeah. So we went into the studio into one studio in March.
Mm-hmm.
In April that were supposed to be kind of like demo recordings, and a lot of the recordings we did there actually ended up as final like album tracking. So it's been since March to January, kind of like almost a year ordeal of recording on and off.
Right. I was first exposed to you through the song Rob the Original, one of my favorite songs of the year so far. It's one of those songs where the song is awesome, the production is also awesome, and then when you hear the rest of the album, you go, consistently the production's awesome, thanks to the Tennis people and all that kind of stuff. What was it that drew you to Tennis in the first place?
I've been big fans of them for years, but we got linked up because of my manager, and apparently they have a lot of connections in Vancouver, which is cool. I think it was inevitable for us to meet up, but I'm glad that it was them making my music better.
Yeah, I saw in a social media post you jokingly called them mom and dad.
They are like a mothering father figure for me. I mean, we were only working together for like a couple days, like a week at most, but yeah, they took me under their wing and it was a really great learning experience.
Yeah, throughout the album, it's got this interesting thing where there's a lot going on lyrically, where the songs are very deep, but the music is so deceptively relaxing at times that you could actually throw it on at the beach or in the background of a brunch and people don't realize what's going on. Is that by design that way?
Well, that's just totally by the hands of Pat and Elena. I mean, like with Rob the original song of that is a very dark, like kind of true to the lyrics. It was originally very dark and moody. And then they kind of added this like grooving guitar and like eliminated a lot of the dark piano organ sounds that were originally there. And so I think they put an optimistic twist to my dark lyrics, which was cool.
An optimistic twist.
Yeah.
Well, you actually started off doing a lot of covers online. That's how tens of thousands of people started subscribing to you and following you pretty quickly. But I'm not clear from the covers like what the artist was that was the gateway to you, not just picking up guitar for fun, but actually pursuing this.
Yeah, I don't even know either. It's a lot. Like I just did a little piece for Talk House where I talked about that I wasn't really like a huge music fan growing up. I just kind of looked at it very logically and I was like, I like this, so I'm just going to keep liking this and I'll do these covers. But there wasn't like one artist for me growing up that was like my diehard. I had to get their discography and like they changed the way, paved the way for me. It's just a lot, just fiddling on my ukulele.
Right.
The easy instrument you could possibly choose.
Well, when I think of Vancouver, I think of Bryan Adams and the Warehouse Studio and the great hard rock albums that were produced there, whether or not people know. Was that in your DNA at all?
No. I mean, yeah, I'm super cool. A lot of the Tennis recording was done at Afterlife Studios, which, if I remember correctly, used to be called Rainbow Road or like Mushroom Road, something with like reference to Mario Kart in my generation. And that's where like a lot of like, I think Led Zeppelin was there or someone like that. A lot of heavy hitters come through Vancouver.
Yeah, there's that old great thing where all these American artists have what's called quote unquote Canadian albums because they did them with Bob Rock in Canada or something to that effect. I think Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi and Metallica's Black Album. But I'm not gathering that's your speed more at the Mario Kart way into music. Were you always a gamer or was that just the one game that got you?
Yeah, it's just the classic.
Yeah, so I'm trying to pull together, where does the art come from? Some people say, well, every day, the people I speak to, those are the conversations that lead into my lyrics. For you, are you that kind of person, or are you more that you think about what other people are going through and you channel that into the music?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. Particularly with this album, in hindsight, it like every song is about me and being lonely. So I think what I used to do is write about others' experiences, and a lot was like fictional stories because I really liked Andy Schaaf's writing, and he is a
Hmm.
lot conceptual. And but with this album, what I was trying to do, just like exercising my lyrical practices, was trying to write more about me and like personal experiences, which was kind of hard after you've been writing on fictional stuff for so long. And
Hmm.
tapping into something so personal was really interesting and hard.
What year or what age were you when you wrote the first song that you would call a real song of yours?
1920.
The Roaring Twenties, yeah.
No, sorry, 19 or 20.
Okay, 19 or 20 years old.
23. It was a day.
Yeah, you never know with that kind of stuff. Some people I've heard that are real songwriters say, "Oh, when I was 5, I wrote this song. Do you want to hear it?"
Yeah. Oh, we've all written many, many terrible songs.
Did you start off as a teenager playing covers that early?
Yeah, mostly. I mean, when I was a teenager, I was practicing opera. So I was a classically trained vocalist for 10 years. And when I went the independent route and started writing my own songs, I was kind of late to the game. I quit when I was 19. So it was a lot of covers because I didn't know I was like allowed to write my own songs. I was so used to singing whatever Mozart was shelling out for me.
Right.
So yeah.
Does that mean you started out on piano before guitar?
I did. I took piano lessons a lot when I was a kid.
Hmm, got it. And the lyrics, as I pointed out, are very striking. They're very honest and all that. But sometimes the darkest people come from comedy backgrounds. And when I speak to a Canadian, I just always have to assume they have the right comedy influences right there. Are you in that boat as well?
Yeah, I'm a big comedy fan. I like to laugh. I'd say one of my comedic heroes is Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
So a lot of dry kind of humor that only you find funny. So
so less Letterkenny, more Second City.
yeah,
Got it. And I have to take the poll. Is Letterkenny hilarious or you don't get it?
I just haven't watched enough of it. I think the general consensus is it's hilarious. Anything I've seen is funny.
Okay, diplomatic answer there.
From
So
Switzerland.
so you do have the album coming out in about a week and a half, and like
Yeah.
everyone, you're kind of on hold. But is there anything that's concrete with your career besides the album coming out in a week and a half?
It's really hard to say. I think that is the one thing I'm like holding on to that I know is to be true. We have some tour plans that are like pushed to 2021 that fingers crossed we make happen. At most, probably Canada will happen. I think we're trying to push the States to the very end just to see if it's going to be viable for us. But
Right.
yeah, mostly just the album right now. Just kind of, that's my anchor.
When you say the States, does that just mean a 20-city tour of Washington State and then going home?
Sure. Yeah. Sorry. United States of America, North American tour.
Well, it's sometimes funny when you see bands say that they toured a certain country, and it's just they went to the place that is right over the border. And
Yeah.
Vancouver and Seattle kind of have that thing where they're very, very similar, but somehow different countries.
Yeah.
And
Just like a West Coast and then back up.
exactly. Did you grow up going to Seattle or Washington State much?
Not too much. I wasn't born and raised in Vancouver. I'm from Kelowna, which is like 4 hours outside, like deeper up and over. So didn't really get out over there. But if I lived in Vancouver, I'm sure I'd be border hopping a lot. A lot of my friends who lived here were like, I went to Bellingham to all the strip malls every Saturday.
strip malls.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a source of future music you got. And any TV or film recommendations that you can pass along from being holed up the past few months?
Yes. My partner and I have been binge watching Veep.
Sure.
So good. Veep.
Does
That's my
being a Veep fan mean that you were also an Arrested Development fan?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Big
We're
time.
striking the chord there.
Big time.
Cool. So the closer, any last words for the kids?
Stay in. Oh, I was gonna say stay in school, but I don't know. Maybe stay home from school. Wear a mask. Hope you enjoy the album.
It's a great album. So glad it's coming out very soon, and just keep up the great work. Hope to see you live in New York when this all blows over.
Me too.
Cool. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thanks, Darren. Bye.
Paltrocast.